Hi guys, I'm CJ and welcome back to my galaxy. Today we're going to be talking about Wuthering Heights, the 1939 adaptation, and if it's really sort of the best adaptation that there is. We already kind of know the plot of the story with the ancestral marriages and sort of like the two people and like their obsession with one another, so we're kind of going to acknowledge that and like move on. Now, the set of the intro house is pretty good. I think it's good. It's exactly kind of how I imagined it to be from the books, which I think is great. Even with like the movie, like word by word, it is definitely from the novel. However, they did add a couple of scenes, but also Heathcliff is white in this adaptation and he's of Romney descent. So that was a bit, I feel like it just kind of removes the entire point, like the two different conversations with like class and also like racism. What I find kind of laughable is how Mr. Inshaw also kidnaps a child on the side of the streets, but also names that child after his own child passed away a few years ago. I think perhaps maybe even like Kathy Earnshaw is probably like my least favorite character. Basically because of like her blatant obsession with like class. I think really the book's most prominent theme is toxicity and obsession. Every character has some sort of obsession. I mean, Heathcliff's obsession with like revenge and destruction, and society with class, which is society with class, which is represented by the Earnshaws and the Lintons. Also, Kathy and Heathcliff's toxic obsession with like one another. I think she even says, I'm just gonna look down here in my notes, says, I am Heathcliff, said by Kathy, and how she feels that they are the same person. So there you go. There you go. What I love most really about the audience is that, well, what I love most about the Wuthering Heights audience is that we all kind of hate every single character because they all have none of them have redeeming qualities. Their focus solely is on classism prevalent in their society, except for Hareton. Yeah, he's a sweetheart, and he deserves better than Heathcliff's. Well, better than like Heathcliff, because his addiction to revenge, as we know, was just it knew no boundaries whatsoever. And I feel like they removed a few important scenes about Hareton from the novel, because Heathcliff actually does save Hareton when he's a toddler, because like drunkenly tossed aside from basically like the second story of the house by his father Hindley Earnshaw. I think they took away some of Heathcliff's potential for humanity, sort of like a nature versus nurture type of thing. And it's funny as well because I'm thinking, where are the children of these idiots? Because there's supposed to be Hareton, the son of Hindley Earnshaw, Catherine, the daughter of Kathy Earnshaw and Edgar Linton, and then Linton Heathcliff, the son of Heathcliff and Isabella Linton. The ending does always make me sad though. It's a little different in the movie since the book. It's three graves. I think it's Edgar, Heathcliff, Kathy, and in the movie it's Heathcliff and Kathy walking off together after death, but it still made me tear up anyway. So, I mean, you know, overall I think it was a good movie. However, there are no children born of all these guys. So whoever made the stupid decision, I'm gonna say it's not as accurate as people say it is. The new adaptation actually that's being produced now is starring Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, and well, really, I think in every single adaptation almost, they've always casted two white people to play it, and as we know, Heathcliff isn't white. He's of Romney descent. He's a Romney kid, so it's a bit, I mean, like, we're in 2024 and you would think there would be representation for such a character, because it kind of is the reason why like racism plays a huge part in the classism part. So going into the new adaptation, honestly, I feel like same with the 1939 one, they've casted two white Australians, who is Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. The problem is though is that Jacob Elordi is not of Romney descent. He is a white Australian, and it kind of defeats the whole purpose for the racism in classism, which is quite prevalent. it will be interesting how they will do it, if they're going to change any words, which, I mean, because of what's said in the novel and then how they're going to translate it to screen with a white actor, I don't know how that's going to play out. To be honest, it's kind of disappointing, because the entire point is to obviously showcase the racism, and that seems to be being pushed under the rug. So, you know, we'll wait and see. But so far, the 1939 adaptation kind of misses the entire mark, even though people say that's the best one. But, you know, we'll wait and see. The next coming weeks, I'm gonna have a couple of videos coming up, and if you like today's video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in next week's video.